Shakalaka, that's what I'm talking about.
Hours. 31 hours. I'm going to say it 3 times because I want to make myself extremely clear to anybody that might be watching. 31 hours. That's how many hours it took for me last week to figure out High Rock Lake. That's how many hours it took me to figure out how to catch quality fish, how to comb through this muddy water, how to navigate through all the debris floating down river, how to dodge all the logs floating down. 31 hours. Took me 31 hours to figure out how to catch 17 pounds, 5 ounces, and finish in 4th place in the High Rock BFL this past weekend for the Piedmont division. We have a ton to get into. I mean a ton. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, make you something to drink, fix you some popcorn, put the phone on vibrate, and settle in, because I'm about to show you exactly how it went down at High Rock.
That's the kind you need right out here, baby. That's the kind. That's why you come fish offshore on High Rock.
So let's start on Friday morning. More specifically, Friday morning about 6:15. Do you remember in my preview video, I told you I wanted to have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. Well, I had my plan A for the tournament day. On Wednesday and Thursday, I had found some fish. Actually, on Wednesday, I found some fish. I checked them again on Thursday evening, and those fish were still there. So I had my plan A. Now, of course, I wasn't going to go to them and check them again Friday and stick any fish. But what I didn't have was my plan B. I didn't have a spot that I could run to Saturday morning and get on maybe some grouped up fish, some schooling fish. Well, that cast I just made was my very first cast Friday morning. And in one cast, I found plan B. I found an offshore spot on the lake through my Navionics chip that just looked really, really good. It was a mixture of deep water and shallow water combined, as well as a point. And this spot that I found turned out to be phenomenal. If you just notice what I just did, I stuck this fish and I reached down to mark the waypoint. This is a really good fish. It's all over 3 pounds. Now, I know that, I catch some heat sometimes for fishing too much in practice and sticking too many fish in practice. I tried to get this fish to shake off. He wouldn't. I put him in the boat nice and easy to hope he would bite again Saturday morning. But that fish was so important to me. One cast, my very first cast on Friday morning, I accomplished my goal for Friday. Find plan B. Find something nobody else was doing. And I did that. Nobody else was fishing deep like I was. Nobody else was sitting out in the middle of the lake trying to find something offshore. The water's muddy. There's debris floating everywhere. It doesn't look good. It screams, don't go offshore. But for me, I found it. I found fish offshore. Everybody was up a creek somewhere trying to get into some clear water. I didn't want to do that because I wasn't going to fight with 93 other boats trying to, squeeze in between 2 docks. I just didn't want to do it. Plus, seasonal tendencies will tell you these fish, the water temperature is 80 degrees. It's the end of June. Seasonal tendencies scream at you. These fish are moving out deep. Okay, I don't care how muddy it is. Now, you got to whenever you're fishing super muddy conditions like High Rock was, you've got to wrap your head around the fact that These fish probably don't eat with their eyes as much as you think they do. They use their lateral line a ton. They can feel anything that moves through the water. Also, I fish the Roanoke River down here in eastern North Carolina a lot. It's muddy 95% of the time. And by muddy, I mean muddy. All right, it's very, very stained. You know, I'm used to it. I understand how to fish it. I understand how it works. So the muddy water didn't scare me that much. And the fact that I was able to come out Friday morning and accomplish my goal, find a spot that I could rely on tournament morning, it was huge. So let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to Saturday morning at about 6:15.
First bass, baby. Oh my God.
Oh, celebrated too soon, man. It's all right. Jump back in there. They're still here. That's a good sign, though. Keep your head up. You're good. Celebrate a little too soon. Come on. That's a really good sign. How far out was it when you hit it?
10, 15 foot. Very good one.
Yeah, it was like 2.5. It's good. You're good. Come on,
Man.
get back in there.
First pass, I didn't even land.
You good?
Well, you put us on the spot. I appreciate that.
So my co-angler on probably his third or fourth cast of the morning, like almost as soon as we got there, he stuck one. He stuck one that was about 2.5 pounds. You got him all the way to the boat, and then the fish came off. You know, the kid, he's 16 years old. He's the second BFL he's ever fished, and he was pretty distraught about it. So as you can see there from that dialogue, you know, we had to go back and forth a little bit how to, you know, hey, this is actually a good thing. You know, we're this early into it, and we stick one. That's a really good sign. And now I know he's the one that actually stuck that fish, but it gave me a ton of confidence seeing what I saw. That was a good tournament quality fish. We catch it basically as soon as we got there. And look, he's a co-angler. He doesn't know where the point is. He doesn't know what I'm fishing. I just told him we're going offshore. Okay, just throw that way. He didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't even lined up. So it was a really, really good sign. It showed me that what I had found Friday, the one practice fish that I had caught, they were there. And I'm telling you, I felt it in my gut that they were there. And now he missed that one. But now it's my turn. It's my turn. I know these fish are here. Let's go get them. And that's exactly what I did.
It's a damn good way to start the morning. Good net job. I ain't gonna lie. I was worried about you, man. I was worried about you being a good net man. But I tell you what, thank you.
You're welcome.
And look, that's 2 in 2 casts, all right? So we're on the right spot. We got to stay here and beat them up. I left them alone yesterday.
So you heard me say I left them alone yesterday, and now we just got to hang around here and beat them up. And that's exactly what I did. I hit this offshore spot for a solid hour and a half. I threw at it at multiple angles, threw up on top of it, brought it down, threw deep, came back up, just multiple angles trying to find the biggest fish on this point. I actually hook up right here. The fish comes up and spits it. This was a small fish that got off. I don't even think it was a keeper. Not a big deal here. This did not get to me at all. Missing this fish. He came up because I knew that that's actually, again, a good sign. It's okay for you know, it's okay this early in the day for something like that to happen, especially with a small fish. But get this, the very next cast, I hook up. I mean, that's how quick, fast, and furious it's going on here. So I just throw out again. You can see what I'm doing. I'm grinding on the bottom here. You know, this is a 6XD. It's designed to fish, you know, down to upwards of 18 foot. I don't know that it'll actually go 18 foot, But it is definitely get down to 12 to 14 foot, and you can really grind hard on it. I said that was the next cast, but I believe it was the very next cast after the small one came up and shook. I think I turned around, cut the GoPro off, and then I hook up with a really good solid keeper here. Really good and solid right there.
Yep. Come on, baby. Oh my God, stay down, baby. Stay down. Come to my left, come to my left. Stay down, baby. Stay down. Come on, triple grips. Come on, triple grips. Go to the left. Walk to the back deck. Walk to the back deck. Yes, sir! Boom shakalaka, baby! That's the kind you need right out here, baby. That's the kind. That's why you come fish offshore on High Rock. You're gonna learn how to catch them offshore today.
So yeah, I know I get excited there, and if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know I get excited when I catch just decent fish on tournament day. I get excited. But this was a really good quality tournament fish. This fish is all over 3 pounds. And so at this point, I'm sitting with about 6 pounds in the box on 2 fish, maybe a little bit less, but basically it's 6 pounds right now. And that fish just reaffirms for me that what I'm doing is right. Also, I want to give, for that fish, that was a good fish. He fought hard. And he came up and started shaking, and my co-angler again was right there, and he did a really good job netting that fish for me. But again, I'm kind of at this point, I'm kind of getting dialed in. I really am. I got the old Trex on spot lock here. I'm not moving that much. I'm targeting this point here. There's a point, there's a drop off, there's some shallow water next to deep water, and I'm targeting all of it, trying to figure out where they are. I think in the span of about 15 to 20 minutes, we actually hook up on 4 fish. And he loses one, of course. I lose one. I catch 2, and I'm getting ready right here. This is almost immediately after I put that fish in the live well. 2 or 3 casts later, I'm able to hook up again. And it's a good feeling. It's really good feeling. Now, this fish here isn't as big, but again, it's still another keeper. It gives you more confidence. And it just allows me to fish easier. Whenever you can get fish early, it really helps you. And you can see right here, I just hooked up. And so, yeah, I'm going to let you listen to this, or I'm going to let you watch this, and then we'll talk about it. But spoiler alert, I've got the best co-angler I think that was in the field. The best net man on High Rock.
Sorry, they float. I tell you what, you're the best co-angler I ever had, man. You are the best co-angler I have ever had, dude. Give me some. Give me some. Golly.
I'm so sorry, man.
Sorry for what, dude? You're the man.
Your rod.
You're the man, dude. Don't even worry about that rod. I'll tell you something about Kistler rods. They float anyway. Yeah, I tell you what, you are the best co-angler I've ever had. I can't say that enough time, man. We're going to get you on some fish today. I think that's a small keeper. Come here. Give me some. You're the man. Make sure he's 14.
And so, yeah, so what you saw there was I caught this small keeper, and he made a lunge right there at the boat, to kind of get away one last time, and those triple grips didn't let go. Anyway, I go to, Chase, my co-angler, goes to net the fish, and the net catches my rod. And look, that's just not any rod. I think that's my Z-Bone, and the Kistler Z-Bone that costs $550. So that's a mighty expensive rod. And the net catches it. It's about to go in. He nets the fish, grabs a rod that's in the water all at one time. This guy is amazing. My co-angler is awesome. And, I made sure he knew about it. I made sure he knew how grateful I was. And I multiple times said he was the best co-angler I'd ever had. And that's a true statement. He really is. And I've had quite a few. And so that was an interesting thing. But anyway, back to the actual fish. It was just another small keeper. And it wasn't much. It was a line burner, 14.5 inches. And this fish is actually going to get culled out later. But again, it kind of reaffirms that, you know, what we're doing here is right. I'm doing the right thing at the right time. I'm throwing the right bait. Everything I'm doing here is perfect. It's good. You know, keep hammering. And, you know, we did. In fact, I beat on it for like at least another 45 minutes and I never caught another fish. After I put my third fish in the live well, I never got another bite out there. So I was just thinking that, okay, I guess this is a first thing in the morning thing. These fish are kind of moving towards this offshore spot here and feeding up. And then as the sun comes up, they'll move off of it. And I couldn't repattern them. I couldn't locate them again. And so I didn't want to spend a lot of time on them. If I couldn't find them, I couldn't find them. But you remember I talked about plan A, plan B, and plan C. Well, that was plan B. You know, that was the backup plan. Now it's time to run to my juice. It's time to run to the stuff that I found in practice on Wednesday and Thursday, where I had caught some quality fish. I ran there, and in about 5 minutes, this went down.
Fish. Boom, jakalaka, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir, give me some.
So there's a few things we got to talk about here. Number one, you can look at the watercolor. You can see I'm into stained muddy water. All right. I mean, it ain't super muddy. This, you know, I found some good stained water. The second thing you need to look at is there is not a boat around me. Nobody was doing what I was doing. You might have saw some of the other videos, you know, from the other clips from me fishing offshore. Nobody else was around. I didn't see anybody around me to the very tail end of the day. And it just looked like guys scrambling, trying to find something. And nobody was within 500 yards of me all day. So I was doing something nobody else was doing. I caught this fish sitting in probably 12 foot of water, throwing up a lot shallower and bringing it back across some isolated wood. That was a quality fish. I mean, that fish was all over 3.5 to 3 3/4 pounds. And it really just let me know, hey, you know, I came up here with 3 fish. I'm 3 to the good, and I just caught a solid one like this. I need one more good one, one more solid fish, and we got a chance here. We got a chance at this thing. You know, my goal coming into this tournament was to catch a limit, and in that limit, you know, have a 5-pounder. And you know, I figured if I put 4 3-pounders along with a 5, I had a real shot at winning, and I did. I was on that path to win this tournament. So you know, it was head down. We were going to grind this thing out and move low and slow. You know, I was basically fished a 200-yard stretch of bank for the rest of the day from about 8 o'clock on. I really just kind of low and slow grinded away and doing everything I could to start catching monster fish, monster high rock bass.
Boom!
All right, so let's talk about what happened here. And man, just watching that clip just makes me cringe because that could have been the one. I'm throwing a big worm here. I know it was a big fish. Big worms catch big fish. I threw it up on this piece of isolated wood here. I've worked it down. The fish grabs it. I get a good thump. And then you can see with the hook set, the line cuts through the water. I don't know if maybe the line is laying underneath something or over top of something. Whatever happens down there, the hook doesn't catch the fish's mouth. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm usually really good on hook sets, man. I had no idea what that fish was, but whatever it was, It could have been the one. I'm talking about the High Rock 8-pounder that you really need to win the tournament out here. And that just makes me. I've looked at this clip 20 times trying to figure it out, you know, and I don't know. You know, I don't know. Sometimes you just miss them. I was using a brand new shaky head that I hadn't never used before that has a flipping hook in it. And I had been using it all week. I've been catching them on it all week. You know, sometimes you just miss. But that fish could have been a game changer. And I think it's important for you to see that, you know, during a tournament day, you're going to have highs and lows. And that certainly was a low for me that day. But, you know, you pick yourself up, you go back to it. And it's a good sign in a way because you know your pattern is still there. You know that these fish that you found are still there. So go hammer on them some more. And that's what I did. So what I'm going to show you now, I'm going to speed up this clip, fast forward a little bit so you can kind of see, you can count if you want to, how many times I throw on this piece of wood. You know, over the last 5 years since I've been, 5 or 6 years, I should say, since I've been competitively bass fishing, I've learned the value of patience and making multiple casts at the same target. I don't know if you're counting here, but I am making a ton of casts in the exact same place. My pattern is wood. I feel like these fish are on wood. So I'm going to fish wood that I think are holding fish. And it does pay off here. Now, I was hesitant about showing this video. It does show my co-angler falling. But I also think it's important for you to see just how this goes down.
Boom! Yeah, baby! How many times I cast on that? How many times did you see me cast on that?
5.
Best co-angler I ever had. Nice net job. Hop up. The importance of being patient. I got a real shot at winning this thing today. You tell me he didn't want that. Do this in his, damn near in his belly.
So yeah, first of all, my co-angler Chase is just amazing. Honestly, the best co-angler I've ever had. You know, I wish I could pair up with him every tournament. Secondly, giant fish. I mean, this fish is 4.25 pounds. It's over 4 for sure. On the wood, just as I thought. And Chase does a really, you know, he has to stab at this fish twice. I think the first time he stabbed at it, he missed it. And then the second time he gets it, as you'll see right there, you know, he stabs at it one time, misses. I don't know what happened. I can't remember, but I just know that he misses it the first time. He had to net it twice. Gets it the second time. I'm pumped. You know, I just landed a big fish here in a BFL, and Chase is somehow or another, he slips, he falls down, something happens, and the net and the bass is hanging over the side of the boat. Just crazy. It's just a couple of crazy times today with netting bass. And, you know, I just, if that had been anybody else, the net probably would have been over. You know, I probably would have missed the fish. You know, I don't know how he fell. I don't know how he slipped, what happened. But like I said, I mean, this kid here is just amazing to help me get this fish in. And this is the fish here that really kind of set me up for a top 5 finish. And, you know, I debated on showing this clip. You know, I didn't want to in any way portray him in a negative way. He just kind of slipped somehow or another, got his feet tangled up, and even though he fell, he held on to that net with the fish dangling in it over the side of the boat. You know, and just, you know, rewatching all these clips makes me really, really grateful to have had him in my boat that day. Saddest part about all this was he didn't have a fish in the boat yet. And here I was with 5 fish now for probably 15 pounds or so. Probably probably about 16 pounds or so. Maybe a little more than 16 pounds. And just, you know, I can't say enough great things about this kid. And My goal, this probably was 9:30. My goal at this point in time was to get this kid a fish. I gotta take care of him. I gotta make the world go round, and I gotta, what comes around goes around. I'm sitting here with 16 pounds, and he caught the first fish of the day, and we hadn't got him anything in the boat yet. And my goal from that point, for the next about an hour and a half was just to find him a fish. And, just a great job by him, helping me, throughout the day. And just the best co-angler I've ever had. I can't say that enough. The best net man I've ever had. And he really helped me. Without him being as good as he was on the boat, not sure I would have had the finish that I did.
I know you're depressed. I know you are, because I can see it in you. All right, you got to keep grinding, okay? I've been out here doing this a lot longer than you, so it's all, fishing ain't about nothing but experience, okay? So just keep grinding, all right? We're gonna get you one soon. That dock bite's gonna turn on in about an hour. When it does, we're gonna go get you one.
God, you're the best boat I've ever had.
So again, at this point, my goal is just pretty simple. Like, let's just get this kid a fish in the boat. And so on Friday, I actually found a main lake pocket that looked really good. It had clear water in it, and I caught a dock fish or two in there, small keepers. In fact, one of them was on a square bill. So I felt pretty good about this little spot, but we ran into it, and it was muddy. I didn't say nothing to him, but it was indeed muddy. And but again, I tell him right here, I'm here for you. All right, this is your spot. I'm here for you. And I tried to help him, but he didn't know. But I knew looking right in here, it was just you can see it's muddy. The wind had blew the mud in here, and I felt like his chances of catching one were now pretty low in this pocket. But we were already here, so I wanted to at least try for him.
What are we gonna use? Are we just?
All right, dude, I'm in here for you, all right? I don't want to fish in here, but this is a decent place for you to catch a fish. See that piece of wood over there?
With the trick worm?
Yes. You need to fish that trick worm the rest of the day. Some sort of black worm. I'm gonna get you over here. You need to throw right on this.
I appreciate it, man.
Low and slow now. Go ahead and throw on it right now.
They're on that where that turtle is?
Yep. Two pieces of wood over there. You get on both of them. While you're doing that, I gotta.
But sadly, we fished all around in there. We fished probably 30 minutes in there. Didn't even get bit, and that didn't surprise me just based on the water. Those dock fish, I don't know. It's just the water clarity here. I know I talked about mud earlier, but this water clarity here from what it was the day before was just the complete opposite. So I figured the fish had either weren't going to bite in there or either had moved out. But that didn't discourage me personally. I knew we had a lot of time left that day. We probably had 3 hours left to fish or so. And so I knew there was a lot of time left to get him a fish and for me to actually cull up. So that was my next goal. I mean, I'm going to run back to my stuff and I'm going to try to cull. And I actually do.
Yeah. Please be her. Oh, baby. Come on, God, my God. I don't even know if that'll help. Good son, dude.
So I fished really slow for like the last, 4 hours of the day. I mean, just slow, looking for one bite, throwing a big worm, one bite. That's all I wanted. I needed a 6-pounder to win. Couldn't get it. I dropped back off the shore a little bit, just seeing if they dropped back off. I couldn't get it, but I was able to pick off one last keeper fish. This fish weighed about 2.5 pounds and actually helped me cull. This fish is what put me, probably put me into 4th place and got me a little extra money. Just all these ounces count, and I was able to do that. So I caught that fish at like 1:45, and my check-in time is at 2:15. So right at the end of the day. So that does again put me at 17 pounds 5 ounces. But if there's one clip in this whole video that you need to see, it is this one. Man, this is an awesome clip. This is an awesome video. Tail end of the day. I mean, guys, it's 1:55. All right, it's 1:55. We got to be back at 2:15. And this is why you never quit. And Chase caught the first fish of the day, and Chase catches the last fish of the day.
But we gotta go.
I got one, please help me, please, oh my God, help me, oh my God.
Happy dog.
Yeah!
Good job, buddy. That was the last cast of the day. Give me some. How you feeling now?
Feel like $1 million.
Oh, I told you that log right there. How about that? Man, I am tickled to death for you, buddy. I am so happy for you. Unbelievable.
The Lord does love me. He's watching after me. Yes!
Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
Come here. Hold that thing up here. So I'll put you on. Do not drop it back in the water. Last cast of the day.
Yeah.
All right, it's like 1:55. We got to go. Drop it in the live well. Hurry up, we gotta go.
Every cast matters.
Yes, it does. Dude, that could win you money. That could be the big fish on the co-angler side. That's awesome, man. Awesome, Mr. Hilton.
Man, what a way to end the day. So let me just tell you what happened. We're fishing here. We're fishing hard as we can. We're fishing the same stuff I've been fishing all day long. And, you know, I tell him, hey, bud, we got to go. It's time. We got to go. Can't push it any further. He makes one last cast, and he sticks one. We're down there. I'm doing everything I can to try to, you know, help him out here. I'm a bad net guy. So I'd stab at the fish and missed him. And I was like, the heck with the net. I reached down and actually lipped the fish. And, oh man, I just could not think of a better way for us to end the day. I'm so happy for Chase. You know, he caught one on the second or third cast of the day, and he caught one on his last cast of the day. And like he said, if you heard him, every cast counts. And yeah, that's just awesome. I can't just, you know, I can't describe how happy I am for him that he was able to do that. He was able to catch that fish last cast of the day. You know, I'm really speechless about it. I'm really, really happy. Like him, he went into the day just wanting to catch one, and he actually caught 3 that day. He missed one at a good keeper at the boat. He caught another 13-incher that was just a little too short, and then he stuck that one on the last cast. And this fish is 4 pounds 4 ounces. 4 pounds 4 ounces. You know, and so I'm super excited for him, super happy for him. That's his first BFL fish ever, and hey, that's a good way to start. As far as I go, though, finished 4th place, 17 pounds 5 ounces. Okay, good job. 4th place, pat yourself on the back. You know, that's 2 top 5 finishes. That's 3 top 25 finishes in my BFL career so far. Good job, but you know what? I want more. I want a lot more. I'm 1 fish away from winning this thing. I probably needed a 6-pounder to win. My smallest fish was 2.5. I lost about 3 pounds and some change. I needed 1 more, and it just coming that close again. That close, you know, for the 2nd year in a row at High Rock just makes me want to grind harder. It just makes me want to dig my feet in deeper, grind my teeth a little bit harder, push even stronger. It just makes me want to more. I need more. I need to push more. And that's the plan. You know, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied with 4th place. I want to win. I want the big trophy. You know, it was nice to get, you know, I won $850. That's nice. That's great. It paid for my entry fee and most of my expenses. That's really nice to have, and I love the trophy. The trophy means more to me than the money, but I want the big trophy, and I'm gonna have to dig harder. I'm gonna have to work harder. I'm gonna have to do more. I did learn in this tournament what it takes to do better, and it just takes more time on the water. Maybe Thursday and Friday only practices isn't enough for me. Maybe I need to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday practices. You know, but as a weekend angler, as a guy who's working full time, it's really hard to get that kind of time off for all these tournaments. I'm out of vacation time, so I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the year. We're going to have to figure all that out. But I want more. I expect more of myself. I want more. As far as where we stand now, you know, 4th place gets you a ton of points. So I got a ton of points here. I moved back up to 25th in the point standings. Fishing all these regular season tournaments, you know, we have one goal: do good enough so you can make it to the Potomac River, make it to that championship. We're in position to do that. You know, we got to be in the top 45. Right now we're in the top 25. So we're in position to do that. It's crucial that we go to James River next month and have a really good showing. It's crucial. We have to stay in that top 45. You come up here and you bomb on the James, you're going to drop back down again, and it's going to all come down to Smith Mountain, and I don't want that. So crucial tournament next month on the James. I'm excited about that one. I'm already preparing for that one. Like I said, you know, I'm going to grind harder. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to do everything I can to get better. And top 5 finishes are great. Awesome. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Now it's over. Now figure out how to go win one. All right. There's a honeymoon period after this. You know, I celebrated with myself for about a day and a half, 2 days, and then it was bam. Let's go to James. Let's figure out James. Let's figure out how to do this. Let's get this video made, put it behind us, and let's go. So that's the plan. I'm going to James next month. We're going to try to keep this ball rolling. Tournament fishing is a roller coaster. You will constantly go through highs and lows. This was a high. Now the goal is to stay high. All right, go even higher. And once you get there, stay there. That's what I want to do. That's what's got to happen. And I'm going to push myself to make that happen. All right, I know this was an extremely long video. We're pushing 40 minutes here. So super grateful for everybody watching. I mean, this is one of my, I'm very proud of this video, only because it shows it shows what fishing is all about. It shows my co-angler. It shows how every cast counts. It shows how practice and patience pays off. It just shows how a game plan can pay off in tournament bass fishing. Last thing I want to say though, Chase, I know you're watching this, man. I just want to give you a message that you are truly the best co-angler I've ever had in my boat. And I really hope I'm fortunate enough to pair up with you again. And listen, man, you got down on yourself all day long. You know, you were sitting in the back of the boat depressed. I know I had 5 fish and 17 pounds in that box, and you couldn't get bit. I get that, man. I get it. I've been outfished a bunch of different times by co-anglers and boaters. But fishing, tournament fishing, is all about experience. And you are on the right path. You're 16 years old. You're on the right path. And you keep grinding. You keep doing what you need to be doing. And you'll be right there. You are the future of our sport. You're what our future needs to look like. Guys like you who have the passion and the drive. So keep grinding and keep your head up. Say your prayers at night. And you're gonna become one of the best fishing these events. All right, that's it. Appreciate you watching. 4th place on High Rock. Not satisfied. We're going to James River. If I were you, I would check in next month, see how it goes down. See ya.
Boom, juckalaka, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Give me some.